Our first award is the Service to University Award, which is presented to someone who provided exceptional stewardship to the university or demonstrated the spirit of Upper Iowa University's mission in environmental stewardship and/or service. We are proud to recognize this year's recipient, Jason Berggren, class of 2017. Please come forward, Jason. As his nomination letter states, Jason is a peacock, a friend, and a patriot. He enlisted in the U.S. Navy in 1990 and spent nearly 30 years defending our country with assignments in Hawaii, Japan, Afghanistan, and beyond. A natural leader, Jason was deployed with the Defense Logistics Agency as the command senior enlisted leader and later retired in 2016. Jason earned his Associate of Arts degree in General Business in 2017. He began connecting with his alma mater at alumni events and at the Iowa State Fair booth. Jason has also served as the keynote speaker at UIU's Veterans Day program. He's a proud UIU donor member. In addition, he was recently featured in a video project to share his own story of being an adult learner. This effort helped raise money for Upper Iowa student scholarships, specifically adult learners. The university appreciates all that you've done and continue to do. Congratulations, Jason. Care to say a few words?
Brenda told me I only had 20 minutes, so. I don't know who was here last evening, but what an amazing event. The faculty never seems to disappoint, and as you see the year behind my name there, kind of a late bloomer. So just really want to appreciate everybody who's from a center graduate, not any time spent on campus, welcoming me in, my wife, just a typical peacock. So I do have a few things I'd like to share. My connection with Upper Iowa actually started in 1989 when I received a phone call. At that time, I believe it was Coach McCready to come and wrestle for Upper Iowa. Didn't really know what I want to do with my life. Didn't really want to, go on to college. So I joined the Navy. And when I look at this now, I'm like, geez, what did I miss out on? Coming back on campus a few years later and seeing it, it's like, what an amazing place. But there are a couple things that I'd like to call out. I probably wouldn't have met my wonderful wife, Maggie, had I come to Upper Iowa. And I did a little research, kind of like Andrew was sharing with some other speakers. I don't know what my wrestling would have been like, because when I did a little research, it was Tyrone Fambro was in my seat. He was a 3-time All-American and a national champion in my weight class, so it might not have went so well for me. I left active duty in 2004 and joined the Navy Reserves, and little did I know how important a college degree really was, outside of being a doctor or accountant or anything like that. But even in the military, it was really tough to advance. So I just had this focus. I'm like, I looked at my wife, I'm like, I don't really care what my degree is in. I got to find a degree so I can compete and advance in this military. So I began looking around, and obviously they take your transcript from the military and kind of put things together. And 2019, strolling through the Iowa State Fair, I come across this Upper Iowa booth. Walked up, spun a wheel, and this is the actual cup from 2014. From that day forward, I knew that I wanted to be a peacock. Went to the Quad City Center. I think it was Marla, I can't remember her last name, it was Schultz. Phenomenal person. We met, was able to take my military credits and convert them over, and help me understand the whole GI Bill and all that stuff. It was just an awesome experience. But again, it's still at that time I had not been on campus. So again, spinning a wheel for a simple plastic cup, it changed my life. And for that, I'm grateful. I enrolled in March of 2015, then graduated in 17. During RAGBRAI of 2018, I won't share all those stories, but I don't know, those of you that aren't maybe in the area and understand what RAGBRAI is, but it's 10 to 15 cyclists crossing the state. Some days are better than others, but I remember seeing Upper Iowa jerseys riding by me. And as I would go on, I'd just yell, "Go Peacocks." Rolled into one of our pit stops. I recall President at that time Duffy, Dr. Duffy, and Andrew were two. I can't remember. I know there was probably a few others, but those are the two that I remember, and said, "Hey, you need to come and ride with us." So then the following year, 2019, my wife and I, we joined Team Peacock and started with riding with them ever since. What an amazing group of folks. Thanks. I actually get to share the table with Rick Knipper. They were one of our hosts this past year. It was a hot, hot day. We had a storm that evening. So really, certainly appreciate all of those who may not ride with us, but also support us along the way. Moving on, like I said, our first visit to campus was in 2019, and it's like, wow. And then the stories come along the way during our first time on RAGBRAI, and they're talking about homecoming and the President's Ball and stuff. And when you come up in the summer, it's quiet and it's hot. But then when you come at homecoming time, people come home, and the colors up here are amazing. So it's always great to come back. We haven't missed a homecoming since. So it's a lot of fun for us. Well, working with Darrell Grove and Jackson High on a fundraising piece, I talked about that here a second ago. I was asked, why do you do it? Why do you participate? Why do you donate? Why do you do this? The short answer is, I don't know. It's just who I am. The longer answer is, God gave me the ability to do things such as serve in the military, be a volunteer firefighter, EMT, ride my bike across the state of Iowa, and give back a few bucks to an organization that really helped change my life. So I'd like to close by saying we all have something that we can do for Upper Iowa. Doesn't always take a lot of time, doesn't always take a lot of money. So please do what you can to help spread the word, and just by sharing the word of how great this university is, doesn't cost a penny. Feathers up, go Peacocks.